It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And Brooklyn is where we'll be going just moments from now, as the Nets will be going up against the Toronto Raptors. For the Raptors, they're not satisfied with the record over the last 10 games. Under 500 basketball, just not good enough. Looking to improve tonight. And Kenny, we have lots to talk about. One thing coming up on the horizon, the trade deadline. Front offices have had time to evaluate rosters. What are your feelings about blockbuster in-season trades?
Huge deals are rare in the season, Ernie. You know,
Huge
deals. You know, but typically they come in the offseason because teams have time to nurture and bring them together. But there have been some great trades in mid-season. So you can find new life right after the trade deadline, a la Clyde Drexler of the Houston Rockets, to get us our second championship.
Good point. New players would be slow to acclimate. But, Ernie, I think at times you risk disrupting chemistry.
Sometimes worth the risk and sometimes not.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a nut and sometimes I don't.
Kevin Harlan, take it away.
But traffic in New York City making its way back and forth between Manhattan and the borough of Brooklyn. Our setting tonight. Brooklyn, the home of the Nets, in a fine Eastern Conference affair here at Barclays Center. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and we've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony at the table with me. And the fourth member of our crew, David Aldridge, our sideline reporter. This is the last stop for the Raptors before returning to Toronto. This is a game they expect to win. They come into this matchup confident and ready to take care of business.
And I think for Toronto, it hasn't been the type of fully dominant season that a lot of the experts predicted, but they're still in a position that many other teams would envy at this point.
And still with time to put it all together and make this a successful season. Because as disappointed as this may seem right now, they're still at the top of the standings right now. It's really all about the playoffs for a team of this caliber.
Yeah, before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, when DeMar DeRozan hit free agency in the summer of 2016, not only did he not meet with any other team than the Raptors, he didn't want to meet with any other team. He said, "I am Toronto. Outside of where I'm from, I represent this city harder than anybody. Toronto is all I've known. I came in at 19, and I've treated it like home ever since then." Kevin?
And DeRozan is so important to this Raptors team, DA. I'm sure they're glad he's sticking around for the long haul. And as we get into the meat of the NBA season, wear and tear starting to factor in for rotation players. So just how hard can playing 36 minutes a night, every game be in a body?
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of wear and tear, and a lot of times you get a chance to see it at the end of the season in the playoffs. So if you can keep some of these star players and all players around 36, 35, 34, and then let them play a little bit longer in playoffs, that's what you're trying to do as a coaching staff.
I'm looking back here. You played almost 40 minutes a game back in the late 90s. Wow.
That's why I'm sitting here right next to you right now, Kevin.
Yeah, that's right. Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Ibaka is the 4 and Valanciunas in the middle. The talented Lowry and DeRozan pair in the backcourt. And it's Anunoby in its small forward. Crab with the ball. Over to the wing. And it's Russell in the corner. A beautiful reverse layup.
And, you know, we talk about feel and reading the situation. Russell gets an opening there and does not flinch.
Here's Toronto now. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And really, you'd like to just see more from that inside game offensively. And that one, it didn't happen.
You know, it's not rocket science. When you're cold from the perimeter, you got to pound it inside and at least draw some fouls.
Lynn kicks to Okafor. Back to Lynn. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Crabbe. And that one comes up a bit short.
Boy, he loves that mid-range jumper. Just fails to create enough room to operate.
Lowry with the ball. And it's Lynn picking him up. Back to Valanciunas. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Love the flush there from Valanciunas, leaving no doubt on that play.
In the corner, it's Lynn. Rebound by the Raptors. Last time they met was in Toronto.
And with your defense, one part's your ability, the other, though, is effort, and that one they showed neither.
Also, they were late with their rotations for most of the evening, gave up a lot of easy points.
And early on, they looked great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Russell against DeRozan. Here's Okafor. That shot missing. Nice D from Valanciunas. For Toronto, they've gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Good on the shot.
The versatility of DeMar DeRozan can finish with power or finesse in the painted area.
Picked by Okafor. Outside, Lynn. Okafor with the screen on Lowry. And Okafor slams it in.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Raptors leading by 6. Outside Lowry. Feeds it to Valanciunas. That one's not going to go. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, struggled to shoot the basketball in that game, but still found a way, if you will. I mean, they had to pick up the slack in a lot of other areas, and they did.
You're not going to be on all the time, and they were prepared for that and scraped and clawed their way to a victory.
Here's Lowry after the basket by Timofey Mozgov. And Valanciunas kicks to Ibaka, and Okafor with the block. Now here's Crabbe. He's covered closely. Out to Russell. Fires from deep. It's not going to go for him. The Raptors have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. DeRozan on the wing. To the paint. Looking for Ibaka. He gets it there. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Here is Lynn. A 14-point game for him in the win against Boston.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well. And this team trusts Lynn to play within the offense. He's very good at taking high-quality shots.
Lowry kicks to Ibaka. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And Ibaka, a cornerstone player for 7 years in Oklahoma City, but they trade him away to Orlando and subsequently traded to Toronto.
You thought he'd have a bigger role in OKC under Billy Donovan, but it didn't happen. He wasn't content to just spot up and wait for the basketball. And they thought he might leave in free agency, so they looked to get value in return.
First free throw is good.
And Serge Ibaka, remember, it was a first-team all-defense selection. But over time, I think he's become more of a scoring-minded player, and I think that's affected his impact defensively.
Good on both. And Serge Ibaka, the league leader in block shots for 2 years in a row in 2012 and 13, but he sends him back at about half the rate he once did.
Yeah, but even still, pretty good shot blocker. You add in his finishing and outside shooting, and he's a player to be reckoned with.
And DeRozan throws it down.
Veteran move by DeRozan, anticipates, causes the turnover, then sends him off to the races.
Picked by Mozgov. Then the pass to Mozgov. Crabbe from long range. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Raptors leading by 7. Here's Anunoby. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. The three-pointer is right on target.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And over the course of the Nets franchise history, some interesting decisions. I mean, back in the 90s, they came very close to changing the team name to the Swamp Dragons. I think I'm just going to leave that one right there.
So, Greg, how close were the Nets to being the Swamp Dragons anyway?
Well, it needed a unanimous vote of all the teams to change it, but there was one vote against it. The Nets themselves voted against the change, and they had 7 owners who rotated voting duties, and the one on deck got cold feet.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throws of the night.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And you look at the Raptors, one of the top teams in the East, Greg, but do they have a chance to go all the way?
I think they're a threat to make the finals. Can they win it all? They may be a piece or two away, but still a young and aggressive core. They continue to try to add pieces, and this is a group that has proven they want to win and win now. And in today's game, we're really so used to thinking of passing as the key to an efficient offense. But this Raptors club, they do it a different way. For them, the screen is the assist, giving their guards space to pull up or attack the rim.
Ibaka sets the pick for Lowry. Here's the floater. Goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Pick by Okafor. Here's Russell. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Russell's got his second basket. And the Raptors for the last few seasons, Greg, right at the bottom of the league in assists.
Yeah, but nevertheless, they do make good decisions. They're a low turnover team, and they've been pretty efficient offensively. One area where you can offset that is by their ability to get to the free throw line, because that puts a lot of pressure on your defense with their ability to attack. And some physical D there, but Mozgov, the veteran, doesn't let it affect his focus.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And that 84% free throw percentage is a testament to all the hard work he's put in on the line.
And the Nets making a change here. LeVert's checked in. And Toronto also making a switch. Miles is checked in.
1 shot, gentlemen.
Free throw off from Mozgov. And the Nets adding their own G League affiliate, the Long Island Nets.
Yeah, and the Nets franchise originally, remember, based in Long Island.
Good.
So nice to have that homecoming. And of course, with young talent development, so critical for this Nets organization. Having that minor league team in close proximity, very valuable.
Well over a decade in the NBA for C.J. Miles, taken straight out of high school by the Jazz back in 2005.
And he's just now entering his 30s. A good floor spacer and solid defender at the 2 or 3 spot.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Allen's checked in for Mozgov. Damari Carroll comes in for Allen Crabbe. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Jeremy Lin. Free throw good, Miles. And there are so many amazing players in the league right now, Smitty, when you look at some of the guys who came in since you retired. Who would you like to have played with or played against?
I think with, it would have been a treat to play alongside LeBron James.
Yeah.
I think against, I think right now I'd love to see playing up against a guy like Giannis and Kristaps Porzingis. Just the different ways these guys affect the game at their size. There's so many guys, and would love to get a chance to just be in front and marvel watching Steph Curry go through what he's doing, and a Kyrie Irving.
Right.
There's so many guys, Kevin. I just wouldn't want to guard those guys. I'm going to just say play with all those guys, not against.
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Brooklyn. And Toronto also making a switch. White, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And the free throw, no good.
And, of course, for the Nets, I mean, they won't control their own first-round pick until 2019. There's going to be some losing along the way with not much reward.
And here's the fast break. That's good for Miles on the assist by Wright. Miles has got his second basket of the night.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Here's Dinwiddie. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Here's LeVert. That one misses. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. And Greg, the Nets trading away the better part of a decade worth of draft picks when they went all in back in 2013 and 2014.
Yeah, going for vets like Darren Williams and Gerald Wallace, Paul Pierce, and of course KG. But unfortunately, all past their prime. That team only able to get to the second round, and boy, what a heavy price to pay for so little success in the postseason.
There's a screen. Birtle sets the pick for Miles. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
And look, you never want to see a team gut you this way. Really a good timeout.
Some of this is just a matter of toughness, a willingness to play physical inside, something we're not seeing.
Now let's go to the 2K leaderboard to look at the teams that specialize in intimidation. Number one, the Raptors.
And sometimes a team will get one guy who can block. Other times a guy finds ways to get others involved in blocking. It can be contagious. If he can do it, why not me? Then all of a sudden you look up and you're leading the league in blocks.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. He had 13 points in the win against Boston. There's the screen. Nets passing it around. Here's Allen. Second chance shot. And it's denied.
Gotta love the shot blocking ability of Pirtle. Wonderful timing right there.
They get a hand on it. Here's Van Vliet. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
It's early, but they have taken full control of this game. And the fans here, they know it.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Sweet little floater.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
And the Raptors with possession. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Pass to Van Vliet. Now here is Pirtle. Defended by Allen. Just 5 on the clock. Pulls up from the corner. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Well, this is why you see guys shying away from their mid-range jumper. It's a bit of a lost art.
Over to the left wing. Here's LeVert. And he makes good on the layup.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
There's the pick. Here's Van Vliet. 8 points his last outing. They grabbed their own miss.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
That's how it's drawn up. That is, everything but the finish.
Russell, he's checked in for LeVert. Toronto leading by 12. Here's Van Vliet. He dishes it to Miles. Passes it to Van Vliet. 6 to shoot. He tries for 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Here's Dinwiddie, and the layup's good off the glass.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And Wright kicks to Miles. Birtle sets the pick for Miles. The shot that time, not on target. Excellent D there from Allen. Here's Russell. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Russell. Toronto's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. 35 seconds left to play in the first. Wright against Russell. Birtle sets the pick for Wright. The pass to Siakam. And the Raptors miss again. Nets trail by 10. Carroll dishes to Allen. Back to Carroll. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
DeMarre Carroll doesn't get to the line a terrible amount of times for a wing player, but you know what you like about him? When he gets there, he can convert them.
The Nets shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Carroll. Carroll hits them both. Right outside. The floater doesn't go for him.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Raptors lead by 8. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And Jeremy Lin, a player who's come a long way in his time in this league, from going undrafted out of Harvard to where he is now. He says he remains very grateful.
I wasn't sure, if my career would ever pan out the way I was hoping for, or if I would be able to stay in the NBA. And so for me to be here playing, to be able to know I'm going to play in the game, in an NBA game, it's just, it's pretty cool.
Well, in a game filled with some pretty big egos, there are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lin has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time, but this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble, like Lin.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
No, right off the tip, it was an ambush, pushing the pace every chance they got.
So the Raptors 5 right now. They've got Pirtle. C.J. Miles is out there with Wright. And it's Siakam in at the 4.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Now, here is Russell. He's coming off a 19-point game against Boston.
And slick dish there in the pick and roll. Russell showing his elite feel for the game.
You know, Smitty, you had a long career. What was it, 14, 15 seasons you played for the Spurs, who've led the way on resting players and certainly extending their careers.
Yeah, it is, Kevin, but it's hard for me because I look at it as from a fan standpoint. When I played and now, you know, you have that kid and his dad come into the game, and he doesn't get a chance to see that star player. And a lot of times it's 2 or 3 guys that sit out. I understand the rest is needed because it's a long term, but I wish guys could find a way, and coaching staff and organization, maybe have rest days as far as practice, but let the guys play because kids want to see their stars play.
Right, but in the middle of your career, are you thinking, hey, I want to play long term so this rest is good? Or are you saying, forget the rest, I want to play?
I just want to play. I mean, I think one thing is I never thought about long term. I just wanted to play the game that was in front of me, the practice that was in front of me, the preseason game that was in front of me. You just wanted to play.
Now, here's Lowry. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Right, and it's sent back by Russell, and he gets it to go. Here's Dinwiddie. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Allen passes to Dinwiddie. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's look at the breakdown between the front and back court for Brooklyn.
This backcourt is really shouldering the load in terms of the ball movement and great assists. When you look at the overall contributions compared to the bigs, nice work on distributing the ball.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
You know, the Raptors have the advantage of continuity. There's a trust and an understanding they share helps them win a lot of games.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Mozgov, he's checked in for Allen. Okafor comes in for Hollis Jefferson, and it's Allen Crabbe in for Damari Carroll. A new group in now for the Raptors. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Pirtle. Ibaka comes in for Pascal Siakam. Anunoby, he's checked in for C.J. Miles. And DeMar DeRozan subbed in for DeLon Wright. And we talk about the continuity and maturity of this Raptors team. Is there a flip side to that, Steve? Does that limit their upside?
Well, Kevin, it's interesting. This front office has brought in some nice young pieces. I wouldn't write off their upside. They can improve if those younger guys make some strides.
They break it out, 5-on-3. Anunoby, no good. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, it may not be the era of the center in the NBA, but Jonas Valanciunas has something to say about that. He said, I try to make sure they don't forget about centers. I'll keep reminding them. The league is full of guys that can do different things, but I still think you need a center that can rebound the ball and score in the low post. I agree. Kevin?
Well, the centers are still important, David. Good to see Valanciunas making his presence felt in the paint. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. And a lot of speculation, Greg, this past summer for where Kyle Lowry would end up. Ultimately, he decides to stay with Toronto.
Yeah, you know, Lowry visited other teams, but felt he had unfinished business in Toronto and teams up with DeRozan so well. Just a great fit for both sides when you look at it.
First free throw is good. And Kyle Lowry over the last few seasons slimmed down about 15 pounds. He's, Greg, been playing the best basketball of his career.
No doubt. He's still got that low center of gravity, almost like a bowling ball. He just gets under his man, and his strength and tenacity enable him to create chaos at both ends of the floor.
And Kyle Lowry drops them both.
Kyle Lowry has always been so consistent at getting himself to the free throw line.
Lowry against Land. Picked by Okafor. Okafor sets the pick for Russell. Inside, off the pick, and Mozgov throws it down.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in the game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
That's what happens when you get an excellent screen like that. He had plenty of space to slash right toward the basket. I appreciate the attack mindset, but with the defense tracking him down, it was probably better to kick that one out.
Lynn kicks to Crabbe to the left wing. Russell against DeRozan. Takes a shot at the elbow, and he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for it. And it's 8 points for D'Angelo Russell. Lynn against Lowry. Pass to Anunoby. Shot clock at 6. Screen by Ibaka. Floats one. Dishes it to Valanciunas. Fires the 3. And again, no good by Toronto.
You know what, I'll tell you, he's got nothing here in the second quarter after just one made shot in the first.
Lynn kicks to Mozgov. To the left side wing. There's Crabbe with the 3. It's rebounded by Anunoby. Raptors leading by 4. Outside Lowry. Screen by Valanciunas. Pass to Anunoby. There's the dish to DeRozan. Over Crabbe, and Okafor with the block. Crabbe the pass to Mozgov. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
You see the length of Valanciunas on display with that block. Just went up and got it.
The Nets making a switch here. LeVert's checked in. Toronto's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Ibaka wide open. He fires. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. DeRozan's got his 3rd assist on the night. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Okafor dishes to Lynn. Pick by Okafor. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Yeah, you have to admire the aggressiveness of Lynn, constantly looking to draw the foul on his shot.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. And it seems these players are getting more and more athletic, Steve. So much of that is modern conditioning, core strength, off-season workouts, things that probably didn't happen when you were playing, but just because of science have developed now. What did you do that helped you out the most, and maybe some things you wish you had done?
Well, you look at my body, Kevin. Yes, it didn't help me. I was this skinny rail guy. We had a bench press, and we squatted. But guys right now are having more talking about core strength, yoga, Pilates. I mean, they're doing so much that it's totally different. I wish I would have been a guy who spent more time on his body versus my game, because it means a lot to be able to have that core strength. But I didn't think beach muscles, you really needed it to play the game of basketball. Guys right now, it's their entire body, and it's also their entire way they recover from the games of basketball. And I think that's what I wish I'd have worked on better.
That word you just said, recover. The recovery process, I think, is even more scientifically advanced now than it was when you played, correct?
Yes. Kevin, example for me, I just iced my knees. Guys now have hyperbaric chambers that they use, and a lot of guys have them in their homes.
For Toronto, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
And the technical free throw is good.
And a great job from the line this quarter. They've gotten their percentage way up there.
Lowry against Lynn. That's tipped. Stolen away, and here we go. Here's Anunoby, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them, defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Raptors leading by 6. And DeRozan kicks to Ibaka. Screened by Valanciunas. Anunoby. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Anunoby's got 6 in the quarter.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Passes it to LeVert. Mozgov, a screen on DeRozan. Here's LeVert. DeRozan defending. Just 5 to shoot. Basket good. And it's 8 points for Timofey Mozgov.
And the towering presence of Mozgov. Most effective doing damage inside.
Left side, DeRozan. Second shot opportunity. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
His combination of energy and anticipation showing up on the offensive glass.
And Valanciunas, far from a finished product, Steve. His coaches and teammates feel he will get better, but in your opinion, where does he need to improve?
I think on a defensive end, he does a nice job of blocking shots, but I would love to see him in rotations, being able to be there a little bit earlier. And then on the offensive end, extend his range a little bit more and also have somewhat of a go-to move down on the low block.
And Valanciunas, no good on that.
For a player his size, Valanciunas has always been a good free throw shooter. We won't see a hack of Val anytime soon.
Grab the pass to Okafor. Here's Mozgov. No good, shot missing. Nice D from Valanciunas. Toronto leading by 8. Here's Anunoby. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. DeRozan's got his 4th assist in this one. Timeout called, the Nets. And Valanciunas out of Lithuania, the 5th overall pick back in 2011.
Yeah, he's still quite young. You know, a lot of talent offensively. Defensively, he's probably had less of an impact, but that's where he has to take the next step.
Allen's checked in for Brooklyn. Damari Carroll comes in for Allen Crabbe. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for the Raptors. There's the pass to LeVert. Pick by Okafor. LeVert the pass to Okafor. Poeltl with the steal. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Pass to Anunoby. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
He's been making plays all quarter on a terrific hot streak, helping to build out this lead.
There's the pick. Pass to LeVert. And here is Okafor. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Passes it to Van Vliet. And there's the feed to Ibaka. Over Allen. And Allen with the block. And he gets it back. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Now here's Carroll. He's covered closely. Good work defensively by Ibaka.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded. And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Okafor sets the pick for Lynn. The pass to LeVert. The basket good off the assist from Lynn.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, he could have made a better choice. He left him an easy one. Let's see how he plays the next screen.
Pass to Anunoby. He feeds it to DeRozan. He can't get that one to fall.
I mean, he's struggling, hitting a low percentage of his shots this quarter.
Carroll dishes to Allen. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Ibaka's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Van Vliet kicks to Ibaka. Shoots from the line. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 4th rebound in this one.
You can see the frustration. They hold the lead, but he wants to be able to contribute.
And the rejection by Ibaka. LeVert the pass to Okafor. Carroll dishes to Lynn. Down low. Kicks to Carroll. It's good. It's his 2nd basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Carroll is such an unselfish player that when he saw that chance open up on that pick and roll, he just had to take it.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. And the Raptors, unique in the NBA, they have a whole nation behind them.
And basketball continues to gain in popularity, especially with the younger generation in Canada. The Raptors are coming to relevance at the perfect time, and the rabid fan base energized by how competitive this group's been the last couple seasons.
Brooklyn making some changes. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Okafor, and Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Jeremy Lin. Here's Van Vliet, and the Raptors miss again. Nets trail by 10. Feeds to Carroll. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Carroll's got 4 points now in the quarter.
With his length and frame, Carroll is such a hard assignment when he's pushing towards the rim.
Right outside. He kicks it to Miles. Misses the 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Dinwiddie. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
And Wright kicks to Siakam. And Allen with the block. Here's LeVert, guarded by Wright. And it's LeVert missing. Toronto leading by 6. Wright outside. Looking to end the drought. It's tipped. Dinwiddie. No good that time. And so it's Toronto with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Kyle, a good first half for you all. How do you continue that for the rest of the game?
We got to come out with our energy. We're going to come out and play our game and keep going out there and pushing. Our defense and everybody's rotating, so we're playing together right now.
We'll see if you stay connected in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for 3rd quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. It was a fast pace for Toronto at the outset. They blasted through the opening period like a tornado, at one point leading by 16. As the first quarter came to a close, they still had a double-digit lead. The second quarter wasn't as kind to them, but they still fought through some mistakes to have a 6-point cushion at the half. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, their success was largely about second chance points. They crashed the offensive boards heavy in the first half. I love how they fight for every 50-50 ball like it's the last ball on earth.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Well, I didn't even know who some of these guys were, but their bench came up with some big shots, gave the team a lift offensively. It's always possible those guys will see more minutes in the second half, but at the same time, if you're a starter for a reason. We shall see, Ernie.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Nets trail by 6. Lynn and Russell are in the backcourt. Crabbe is out there with Okafor, and it's Mozgov in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now, here is Russell. He dishes it to Okafor. Outside, Lynn. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, a little too physical on that play. Tries to climb over the top of him and gets whistled for it.
A real easy call. I know you want to attack the glass, generate second chance opportunities, but you also have to pick your spots.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, Raptors coach Dwayne Casey talked about the chemistry on his team. He said, we couldn't be better. There's no ego, no hidden agendas. Guys understand their roles. Kyle Lowry told me, we're a complete team, 15 deep, and we really mean that. You never know whose time it's going to be. Kevin?
And DA depth is a crucial part of any team's success. Knowing you can rely on your teammates to step up is huge. Now, here is Lowry, kept alive. Ibaka, the pass to DeRozan. Over Russell, and again it's DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan's got 4 points in the quarter.
DeMar DeRozan, one of the best in the business in knocking down the mid-range jump shot.
Dishes to Russell. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Valanciunas has got his 6th rebound on the night. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Back to Lowry. Valanciunas with a screen on Lynn. Clock at 6. No good from Valanciunas. Nets trail by 10. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Mozgov dishes to Lynn. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
And Lynn has really carved out a nice role for himself in our league. An effective two-way player who can score, rebound, pass, and defend.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. No good on the free throw. And the second free throw, good. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. DeRozan passes to Anunoby. Ibaka with a screen on Okafor. Here's Anunoby. Rebounded by the Nets. Mozgov's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Russell. Drops it in from 11 feet. Russell's got 10.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
And after the Raptors were swept in the 2017 conference semifinals, you guys get the sense that Coach Dwayne Casey's on the hot seat?
You know, I don't think so. I think Casey already survived a changing of the guard in the front office. He doesn't feel the pressure to keep his job, just the pressure to do his job, putting his players in the best position to compete.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Picked by Mozgov. Lynn kicks to Crabbe. Ibaka with some nice D.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
Mozgov's shot is off.
Fantastic rim protection. That's not in his wheelhouse to overcome.
Anunoby, good.
Great heads-up look there from DeRozan to get his teammate an easy basket.
Timeout called, the Nets.
Well, DeMar DeRozan grew up in Compton, idolizing Kobe Bryant. He's patterned his game after him as an isolation scorer, able to hit tough shots with a hand in his face.
And DeRozan always looking to get into his defender. He's got the size, Steve, and the athleticism to finish over the top.
And he has worked a lot on his ball handling and footwork. The master at the mid-range game. He's a bucket getter. In isolation plays, he's comfortable creating his own offense.
Now here's Lynn. He's got 8, and he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
You have to respect the concentration level of Lynn there. Just doesn't get rattled on his shot when the D whacks it.
For Brooklyn, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far.
Shooting 1.
And that one falls for Lynn. Toronto leading by 8. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Here's Anunoby. He's guarded by Russell. Shot clock at 6. Now here's DeRozan. He's guarded by Cram. DeRozan gets the bucket.
Wow, the hops, the aggressiveness. DeRozan, a difficult matchup inside.
Lowry against Land. Now the dish to Mozgov. Rebound by the Raptors. At one point, they led by 16. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Timothy Mozgov. That'll be his second foul of the game. For Toronto, they've gone to even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Pass to Anunoby. There's the pick.
And nice hustle by Russell, trying to make himself into more of a two-way player.
Okafor kicks to Russell. In the corner, it's Lynn. Back to Russell. In the corner, it's Lynn. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Lowry has the open look. A three-pointer off the mark.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
He wants to help his team, but when you're in position to finish, it's hard to turn that down.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
For Brooklyn, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. And that one falls for Okafor. Both free throws good from Okafor. Toronto leading by 8. Screened by Ibaka. Passes to DeRozan over Russell. That doesn't go either for DeRozan. Brooklyn's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And the rejection by Valanciunas. The Raptors shooting 43% for the game. Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You see Serge in the painted area, feels the defender, goes on the attack.
He is 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
He's been doing really nice work at the line. 83%.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
Free throw good. Serge Ibaka.
Oh, from the Republic of Congo, Serge Ibaka to Kembe Mutombo and Bismack Biyombo. A lot of big man talent.
Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Jahlil Okafor. And the Raptors also making a change. Miles is checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Taking advantage at the charity stripe like he always does. Terrific touch.
Russell dishes to Lynn. Over Lowry. And the Nets miss again.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
It's good.
If Lowry gets his feet set under him on a catch and shoot like that, the odds are it'll go in.
Now here's Lynn. 11 points in the game. The pass to Hollis-Jefferson. Mozgov with it. Now Valanciunas defending. Crabbe from long range. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 3 assists tonight.
I can't understand in the midst of a game you leave an elite shooter this wide open.
Miles with it. He's guarded by Crabbe. Ibaka sets the pick for Miles. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
Here is Lowry following the bucket by the Nets. And the dunk by DeRozan.
The savvy and body control of DeRozan. It allows him to finish the play through contact and get to the line.
And really, DeMar DeRozan is a master at what he calls body hunting. That ability to just kind of draw fouls. I think he and James Harden actually are the guys that have really kind of set the tone for how to create those opportunities to get to the line.
1 shot.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan. And DeMar DeRozan always, Greg, among the league leaders in free throw attempts.
And when you look at him, 6'7", 220 pounds with tremendous athleticism, he has got all the tools. Beyond, though, that attack mentality, he's a savvy basketball player. Those little shot fakes, his footwork helped this guy live at the line.
Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Hollis-Jefferson. The Raptors have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. Right, the pass to DeRozan. And finished off by DeRozan.
Nice work on the offensive end by DeMar DeRozan. Nobody can slow him down.
Here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Wright. Dinwiddie kicks to Carroll. Allen, a screen on Miles. Here's Carroll. The layup missed. Raptors leading by 10. There's the feed to Wright. There's the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Miles against Carroll. And it's C.J. Miles with the 3. Miles has got 10 points in the game. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Dinwiddie. He has 5. To the middle. Hollis Jefferson passes to Dinwiddie. Unloads from 9, and that's going to be a treble. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart for the Raptors.
Right now, after looking at that chart, you pretty much can just jog down the court. He gets it in the paint. But just time and time again, he's worked his way in close and made a shot over a defender or found another way to convert. Just great stuff coming from him thus far.
Toronto leading by 13. Van Vliet kicks to Pirtle. Pass to Van Vliet. Offensive rebound. And it's good. 2 points. Pirtle's got his first 2 points.
Got to be on the lookout for Pirtle crashing the glass, using his body to wreck the defense on the boards.
To the inside. Hollis Jefferson passes to Allen. Can they get it? Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Jakob Pirtle.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
One shot, mind the lanes.
That free throw good from Allen. Raptors leading by 12. Right outside. Out left to the wing. Siakam kicks to right. Here's Van Vliet. He has 7. He tries for 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. Allen's got his 7th rebound here tonight. To the middle. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Unable to get that one. So the Raptors will take it the other way. At one point, they led by 16. Pass to Van Vliet. It's Miles on the wing. Releases. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Nets trail by 12. Here's Carroll. And the layup's good off the glass. Carroll's got 10 points.
Not letting his team down. He's been very strong. He just needs a little help from his teammates.
There's a minute 40 left in the third quarter of the game. They set the pick. Kicks to Miles. The tray. Miles with another miss. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Dinwiddie. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Raptors leading by 10. On up the court. Here's Wright. It's deflected, and it was not a clean block. Whistle blows and a foul on the defender here. It's a shooting foul, so free throws will be coming up.
Really like the work inside from Pirtle, using his body well to draw the contact on his way up.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
Well, his sophomore season at Utah, Jakob Pirtle led the Pac-12 in field goal percentage at over 68%. Once he developed his left hand, defenders couldn't do anything to stop him.
He hits the second from the line. And Steve, Pirtle was a dominant low-post scorer in college. Can he replicate that, you think, in the NBA?
You know, I think it's going to be hard. Post offense is losing favor in this NBA. You love a big man with soft hands and the ability to finish around the basket, but he has to develop some kind of jump shot.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's got 6.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And it's Wright missing.
A mix-up with the defense leaves him wide open from mid-range, a shot he usually makes.
Here's Dinwiddie. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Dinwiddie's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. 35 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Van Vliet kicks to Siakam. It's Poeltl top of the key to the paint, and he slams it one-handed.
What vision from Poeltl, getting the pass over to the wide open man.
Nets trail by 11. Here's Dinwiddie. He has 7. Passes to Hollis Jefferson. Can't nail the jumper. Van Vliet offline. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Raptors out in front, up by 11. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
We got to keep the ball moving, keep drawing and kicking, all right? Get a look at the outlets, make sure again, our bigs, we got to get space. When we're driving, we got to give the ball room.
Looking to stay active on offense, Dwayne Casey asking his guys to apply a lot of movement and a lot of pressure.
And he wants them to go beyond just swinging it around the horn. It's about driving, dishing, and playing inside out.
And we're rolling here again with the 4th quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Setting the floor for the Raptors. They've got Wright. Poeltl is out there with C.J. Miles. And it's Siakam in at power forward. Sinks the triple.
And this is his shot. You give him that much space, you're asking for trouble.
And the problem is you're already way behind. Obviously, your closeouts are ineffective. You're in trouble.
Now here's Allen. Okafor. And then Okafor slams it in.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam. And here are the Raptors now. At one point, they led by 16. They'll be playing host to Miami for their next game. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Poeltl kicks to Miles. 6 to shoot. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Allen with the rebound. Nets trail by 12. Here's LeVert. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
And he knocks down the first one. So for the Nets, Mozgov, he's checked in for Allen. Crabbe comes in for Damari Carroll, and it's Jeremy Lin in for Spencer Dinwiddie. He's perfect from the line this time. Toronto leading by 10. Now here's Wright. Inside, here's Valanciunas. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
He usually shoots a high percentage in the paint, and on that play, Valanciunas got it done.
Lin kicks to Crabbe. Back to Lin. Mozgov down low, guarded by Valanciunas. For Toronto, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And Lowry has it in the corner. That 3 off the mark.
and that's rough. He did have 3 in the first half, but hasn't had one since.
LeVert the pass to Crabbe. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. First free throw is good. Russell, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Both free throws good from Crabbe. Raptors leading by 10. Outside Lowry. Toronto working the ball around now. Screen by Ibaka. Here's Anunoby. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
And he's doing it efficiently, taking makeable shots. That's led to a high percentage from the field.
Here's Lowry. That shot off the mark. Excellent D there from Mozgov. Here's Russell. Here's Okafor. Lays it up off the glass. Okafor's got 4 this quarter.
Oh, easy put back. No one got a body on it.
And there's one thing you're trying to minimize. It's second chance opportunities. Poor defensive rebounding for them.
Now here is Lowry. And Wright kicks to Lowry. Clock at 6. With the teardrop, and the layup is good. And the Raptors lead by 12.
Lowry showing how crafty he can be with that hoop inside.
Lynn kicks to Okafor. Back to Lynn. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for DeLon Wright. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the 4th. Here's Russell. DeRozan with the rebound.
Still no rhythm. This may be a time when you want to make the extra pass. Give someone else a chance.
Raptors leading by 12. He feeds it to Valanciunas. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And with the new TV deals, we've seen player salaries and caps certainly skyrocketing. What does that do in affecting relationships among the players, between the players, within a team?
I think, Kevin, when guys are happy, obviously with their salaries, they play better. But I think also they can affect sometimes. Let's talk about it team-wise. You have a guy that's not playing at the level that you thought he would be playing. Because of the numbers, it's going to be harder and harder to move some of those guys. Then you have a guy that's playing better than a guy that's making a lot of money. He's going to expect, and some of these teams are not going to be able to play, so you're going to see a lot of movement. And back in our day, Kevin, my day, you didn't see that much movement. Because of these skyrocketing salaries, I think now it's going to be more and more movement.
And Steve, with the new deal signed between players and the league, it'll be, I think, easier for teams that have drafted and developed a player now to keep that player and not lose them to more money to another team.
You're totally right. I think guys getting drafted and they can play, they will definitely be there for years and years because they can make the most money with their teams respectively.
Now here's Crabbe and a wide open look for Lynn. No good on the 3.
Still trying to shoot his way out of this funk. But if it doesn't come within the flow of the offense, the whole team suffers.
Anunoby passes to DeRozan, and Valanciunas kicks to DeRozan. Outside Lowry. Ibaka sets the pick for Lowry. 6 to shoot. The Raptors need to get a shot off. He used that pick to get in close. 15 points for Serge Ibaka.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Lynn dishes to Mozgov. Out to the right wing. Here's Crabbe. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Crabbe's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Lowry passes to Valanciunas. DeRozan with a screen for Valanciunas. Valanciunas with a screen on Lynn. Off the pick. Tries again. Ibaka. Great positioning on the putback. And the Raptors lead by 15.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Here's Crabbe. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Valanciunas has got his 16th rebound on the night. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And they double up DeRozan. And Valanciunas kicks to low. Basket counts.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Shooting one. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Nets trail by 18. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Lynn kicks to Russell. Valanciunas against Mozgov. Crabbe from long range. It's good from long range. Crabbe's got 10 points here in the second half.
I can't understand in the midst of a game you leave an elite shooter this wide open.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Allen's checked in for Mozgov. The Nets making a switch here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in.
One shot, gentlemen.
Here's Lynn. Feeds it to Okafor. To the left side wing. Here's Russell. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Lowry dishes to DeRozan. Shot from 12. With the second effort. And Okafor with the block. Russell against DeRozan. Count it. Good.
Monster night, and what's scary, Russell's built for many more of these.
Lowry kicks to Ibaka, down low. And there's Valanciunas on the assist from Ibaka. 11 points for Valanciunas.
Really smoking the Nets now after a difficult time shooting in the first half.
Picked by Okafor. There's Lynn with the three. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And that evened things out. He had a three early in the first half, now gets one in the second.
Lowry against Lynn. Screened by Valanciunas. Lowry passes to Valanciunas. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Lynn kicks to Crabbe. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
He's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not to be.
Outside Lowry. Back to DeRozan. Shoots over Lynn, and another basket for Toronto.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Nets trail by 19. Picked by Okafor. Dishes to Crabbe. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
I don't know what coach told him at halftime, but he is shooting the lights out right now.
Ibaka with the screen on Lynn. Lowry for 3. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And that's the shot he wants. Just a little bit out of rhythm.
Lynn the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Lets it go from 11. Leaps for it and out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Damari Carroll's checked in for the Nets. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Toronto. Raptors leading by 17. Now Lowry wants to get it to DeRozan and does. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Well-timed play with a powerful ending. DeMar DeRozan, he went got that one.
Lynn kicks to Crabbe. Here's Carroll, and the rejection by Valanciunas. Lowry with the ball. He kicks to DeRozan. The shot misses, and Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Here's Carroll. Nice D from Valanciunas.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
Nets trail by 19. The dish to Crabbe. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's good from Crabbe. Both free throws good from Crabbe. Raptors leading by 17. And here's DeRozan, 20 feet out, and he hits the jumper for 2. DeRozan's got 17 points here in the second half.
And we see it all the time, guys. You get the big lead, maybe check out mentally, but not tonight.
They have this game in hand, but they're still pouring it on.
And Okafor slams it in.
And just showing great vision there. Russell surveys the floor and whips it to the open man.
Here's Lowry. Ibaka with the screen on Lynn. The pass to Ibaka. Offline with his 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Russell.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Raptors.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Valanciunas.
He played with a lot of fire, a lot of heart, especially on the glass. He's one of those guys who acts like every rebound is his, and many of them were tonight.
Here's Van Vliet. He dishes it to Wright. Pass to Siakam. Back to Wright. Screened by Valanciunas. Shoots off the screen, and that one's good. Right. And the Raptors lead by 19.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
Well, this is less about winning the game now and more about making a bold statement.
Here's Carroll. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Van Vliet kicks to Valanciunas. Here's Dinwiddie.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Here's Allen. Over Valanciunas. Off the inbound. No good. Now here's Wright. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Serge, you have worked very hard on your game throughout the years. How has that journey gone for you?
Yeah, you know, like always, when you work hard, it pays off, you know. I'm paying off my confidence for my teammates, my coaches, so I'm trying to help the best I can my team.
And you do it at both ends, Serge. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, thanking you for being with us. So long, everyone.